I'm going to test something new today, and that is a mould by Ice Toyo, and it's a really good quality mould at making a little hanging photo frame, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. But also, I needed some new mica powders, so I ordered their mica powders, and you get a massive set, all these for such a ridiculously low price. And there's some amazing colours in here. The ruby red I particularly like because it's so hard to get hold of a really good red mica powder, and their blues and everything are beautiful. I will link everything I've used today in the description below, so if you want to get hold of it and get some really great, beautiful mica powders, then you can. But let's test them. What I'm going to be making this out of is, I want this to go quite quick, so I'm going to be using the J Diction 4-hour demold. So I thought, what better than to use the colours of the rainbow to test these out. And the great thing is, they've got all the colours, all 7, which is very unusual. So I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. So let's have a look at and see how bright this red is, because I know this is a bone of contention for a lot of people who find it really hard to get hold of a red. Oh, that is a really magnificent red, I must say. Look at that, a proper red. And there's 3 other shades of red in there as well. Mixed in lovely, no problems there. I have to keep the colours close to them. If not, I have no idea what the colours are. And that's the other great thing, they've all got names on them. So I've poured all those in, and as you can see, they're beautiful colours. I did them in strips rather than try and block them off and let them cure up. And I've got that filled right to the top, because I need this one filled right to the top, where this one I don't need filled right to the top. What I'm going to do now is take a coffee stirrer, and I'm going to work that through here, bringing some of those colours up and around. I don't want to muddy them too much. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And now for this one, again, all I want is just a base covering of this rather than it to be filled completely up. And you'll see why once I've finished it. Okay, and now I'm going to take my coffee stick and wiggle through this again. They are absolutely delicious, those colours. I'm going to go over it with my long neck lighter to get rid of any bubbles. Leave it 5 minutes, and then do it again. Remember, never a torch on a silicone mould. These have all cured up now, and look at the beautiful colours that have come out. I really am impressed. We can demould this bit because obviously we're not going to do anything else with that, as that is the stand. And again, beautiful colours. These are magnificent mica powders. Now I've chosen the photographs that I want to use in here. I've got one of my little dog who's deaf, and I've got one of my little Labrador, and she's going to go in there like that. Before I put these photographs in, what I am going to do though is give them a quick spray with the crystal clear, and also ensure that I go around all the edges where I've cut them out with the crystal clear as well, to ensure that no resin penetrates these photographs and ruins them. So they're both sprayed. You can slightly see it on there, but once the resin's poured, you won't see it. They're lovely and dry now, and all I need to do is turn them over. And what I'm going to do is cover them in a very thin layer of tack it over glue. And the reason is, I don't want these floating up in the resin or anything once they're in there. I use this so much for so many different things. And all I need to do is put a nice little coat of this all the way around. And this will dry clear everywhere. So once you've made sure you've got that covered, and this is what I will finish my edges off with as well, because it's easier to get this on the edges going all the way around than it is to try and get the varnish on there. Let that dry, and then once it's dry, like I said, it will go clear, and then it will not move away from where you want it. It's not going to float up in the resin, it's not going to release bubbles, it's going to make life so much easier for you. You only need a thin layer like this. Well, the photographs are all lovely and dry now, so I'm just going to take those off my silicone mat, and I'm going to pop my little Daisy girl there, and my little Lily right there. Now, rather than rub these, I don't want to rub them because I don't want to rub any of the actual photograph off or put grease on them from my fingers. All I'm using is a bit of cloth here to push them down all the way around. Now, I did get a bit of glue on the front of this picture here, but I may be able to get that off. And that's because I just can't work neat and tidy. I am the messiest oik in the world. they're all nicely down now. And then I'm going to mix up my resin and I'll show you how to pour it without getting any bubbles. Well, I've got those stuck on now. I've cut that extra bit off that I got the glue on and it's not caused a problem at all. And now all I'm going to do is thin layer of resin over the top of these pictures. Now, no bubbles should release from the actual paper itself because that tack it down glue should have given it absolutely a perfect seal to the resin, and the spray will have sealed on top. But what I will need to do is just take a micro brush and any bubbles from mixing it, I should have put it in my bubble removing machine, or any bubbles that have stuck to the actual picture itself, I'm going to remove those and any that are around the outside, and then burst them with a long neck lighter. Remember, never ever a torch, because you don't want to burn the resin and you also don't want to burn your mold. These are all cured now and my little puppers are all immortalized in resin, and it's just now a case of taking this mold out. Now, I've made this thinner than the actual mold because I only put a thin layer on there, so there's quite a large gap there, but that isn't a problem at all because we can deal with that quite easily, and I'm going to show you how, because I like mine to be a little bit thinner. So what I'm going to do is put that back onto this mold around the way that I want it to be, so it's that way round, making sure it's as level as I can get it, and that looks pretty level for me. And this is a great trick if ever you use anything and you don't want it to be as thick as what the mold is. You want it more looking a little bit delicate and you've got a base. Now, I could dome this as well if I wanted to, but I don't want to dome it. I like it as it is. So all I'm going to do is put some UV resin into here, pop that onto the base like that, and then cure that up. And then once you've got that little bit cured up, all you need to do is then fill the gaps either side and then cure that up. If you fill the part mold up right to the top and have a thicker base, then obviously that will just fit in there lovely and you won't need to do that. Now, all I need to do is attach that to there, and I want to use a colourful jump ring and a yellow one. So what I've got here is these large paper clips that are coloured, and I love these. I make things with them sometimes, but they do make excellent additional jump rings. So all you need to do is open them up like that and then find something of the size it is that you want to make the jump ring from. So I think that's going to be a perfect size, and all you need to do is wrap that around quite tightly a couple of times. Now, they're a bit springy, so I'm going to be using my pliers here to pull that as tight as I can, both ends, and there we can have a jump ring. And all you then need to do is cut along there where the two of them join. Okay, you pull that apart and then you've got a lovely round jump ring. And now what I would do is I would push that gently until it gets to the point where it's going to clip together like that. Pop that through there, that through there, and then close up your jump ring. And then you've got a jump ring that moves really easily, quite colourful, and you've got a great little picture frame. I love this mould, but most of all, look how beautiful those colours are. I mean, they are exceptional, especially that red. And I know that we all have problems, because I often read about people having problems getting hold of the reds. And there is so many different colours in this set. Sounds like an info commercial. But whenever I find something that I feel is a really good value and a great product, I absolutely love sharing it with you. Now, I will link these in the description below, along with the mold as well. And they are, again, the Ice Toyo mica powders and the Isotoyo mold. I love it. I think it's come out really well. Make a great little present for someone if you put the pictures of their doggies in it, or cats, or children, or anything. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you check out the video that I've got coming up next. It's full of tips and tricks and hacks for using resin. Take care, enjoy your resin, bye.